Okay, time for a big feeding for the worm factory. I haven't lifted the lid in, gosh, it has to be 2 days. I've left them alone. Whoa, look at that. See, they're on top, and they are looking for more. I move worms and everything over on one full side. Look at that! Oh my gosh. And right here, a week ago was a whole lot of goop. And I'm going to replace the goop right now with more goop since they have finished it and done their work. Look at that. Okay. So now, take a look at this. This is the kitchen counter compost holder until, I put juice pulp in here, and this is what it turns into. See, it's moldy and gross. Exactly what the worms love. Quite moldy. And you hear my daughter saying, "You." She's holding the camera like a good sport. And she's holding her nose with the other hand. Look at that. There is goop. Alright? So we spread that out in this area here that I've just cleared out. And that top layer is really smelly. It's got broccoli pulp in it. It's got carrot pulp in it.
Mold.
And a lot of mold. And I can smell distinct evidence of fermentation. Okay, so I've got one layer here, and I push this right back over the top. So here I go for area 2, and what do you know, there's lots more worms down in here going crazy looking for their next food. And here it comes. Looks like I got some strawberry pulp in this, and I know for a fact that I've got a fair amount of look, this one's got a little bit of watermelon rind complete in it, which they'll love. I'll go through that fast. This is very smelly. Ooh, you might not want to do that, Lily. And I know there's a fair amount of pineapple pulp in here, and I know we've got a little bit of controversy. I think that area right over here, where I'm pointing with the tongs, that's pineapple pulp. And we hear things about pineapple being pretty offensive to worms, and we shall find out if they avoid that area. We'll cover that up. So I figure we've probably got about 2.5 or 3 pounds of stuff in there now. Make another trench, okay, and get my tongs and load that in. That looks mostly like carrot apple. That might be a little bit of pineapple still in there. So we'll see. This means that this corner here might have a fairly sizable pineapple concentration. But you see how soupy that is, and that is just basically, the texture that it comes out as pulp in the juicer, plus a little bit extra juice from the rotting process, which it is well started. It's been, better part of a week, and the pulp rots very quickly, and there's always a little bit left from, the last feeding. And here I go. I'm not even gonna have enough to go into the center. Sometimes I put one more blob of goop into the very center if I have it left, but looks like that's going to be it. I spread that so the wormies have a little bit of breathing room, elbow room. Worms' elbows. Okay, and we have fed the worms. Another tray on top, which I have two more trays along the wall here, and I'm just going to fill one of them up with my old rotted leaves from out back, and some bedding, and some of this goop. Alright, that's it. Okay, This is less than 24 hours after that big huge feeding, just an addition onto the end of this video, and I wanted to show you how quickly they catch on to their food location. So here we go. Now I'm going to take a peek here where the pineapple pulp is. There we go. Wow, look at that. So this is exactly where the pulp is. Okay, there it is. So we see lots of worms have found their way. Look at that. They're going to town on it. It doesn't seem to, matter to them that they're working on pineapple at that area. And I think we had another area of pineapple over here. So let's take a look at what we got. Wow, we got lots of worms. Lots of worms, lots of worms, lots of worms. And they seem to be gobbling right into it. So, less than 24 hours after we put that in there, and they have already got a sizable dent in their new meal.